Okay, so there's been a huge debate about the Super Bowl and this whole show, Bad Bunny, his performance, performing in Spanish is such a big deal. The most world ridiculous president came out, Donald Trump, to complain about it, and all his headless chickens has actually followed suit. One of the headless chickens, let's listen to her. This woman is so annoying, and even Piers Morgan from Britain, that is another annoying person, actually did a good job with this one. Let's just listen to this. Meghan
Get up
Kelly.
there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish.
She has issues with the national anthem. She has issues with the guy Bonnie. What is his name? Performing in like somebody singing in his language. You know, it is so ridiculous when you hear some Americans open their mouth to talk. Okay, knowing their history and everything. And I love how Pierce was able to tackle this Megan that thinks that she knows everything. You want to pretend that English. How is English your language? How is English your official language in a country where none of them come from? English is your official language. Una way craze for that country plenty.
Speaking non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comments, I would have pointed that out. But people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay, so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture.
This is how you will know people that are not smart. Immediately you call them out on their BS. What do? They go into attacking you and talking about something that is not even remotely related to the topic that you're discussing. PS just pointed out the truth. He asked, what's your official language? She lied, okay, or she wanted to lie that English was the official language in America. Didn't want to say the truth, but maybe she thought Pierce would not know. But Pierce called her out and said, no, you don't have one. And then she immediately twisted the whole thing. And now, jumping from that, remember, they're discussing about the Super Bowl, the Bonnie guy's performance and everything. She left that and she went straight to go and attack the whole of Britain. For a comment made by one British man that is asking, that is also a a TV personality like her. Do you understand? You can actually have your debate one-on-one with Piers Morgan, not involving the whole of Britain. Nobody say I like them too, their bone, their wala, their body. But on this, like, why are you even talking about how they lost their country, they lost their culture? So when they mention people that have culture, you will mention America too. What culture exactly? A good example of salad, well combined and mixed salad, is America. Salata.
You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American, not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be. I'm sorry, Pierce, but to get up there and perform the whole
okay, so okay.
in Spanish.
First of all, the guy's performance, people that watched the guy's performance, they said was amazing. I didn't watch. But anyways, the fact that a president of a country would leave important things that he will be discussing and be criticizing. Oh, this was the worst performance I've ever seen, and this and that. Excuse me, the people that are responsible for this show, are they not Americans? The Americans that you think? Who was the person that agreed that the Bad Bunny should perform? Because they would know that most of his music probably is in Spanish, right? So you want them to ignore a whole 40 million people because the rest of you don't understand the language. Music is one thing that has no, like, language is not a barrier. When good music is good music, you can listen. And if you cannot understand later on, you can go and get, there's always the lyrics, go to YouTube or somewhere and find it. Okay, it will always be available. So you not knowing what he's saying in the music, most definitely he's not going to come there and stand there and start insulting the rest of you. He is a singer, he is a performer, he was there to perform. They saw that he can do it before they signed him. Okay, America, there's a lot of fantastic and amazing singers, but you're being ridiculous to just come in and wait. Why are the Muslims receiving stray bullet in this whole thing? It was not a Muslim event. It didn't have anything to do with them. You decided to insult Piers Morgan. You brought in the Muslim people. Oh, they took over the British. Then they did this and they did that. There's just something wrong with these people that support Donald Trump, because the way most of them think, I don't understand. Like, they can never think out of the box. They are just always, they just have this very shallow way of thinking and this very shallow mindset. 40 million people, 40 million plus people should be ignored because you, Meghan Kelly, want to hear what this person is singing. The fact that some of you feel like you're more Americans than others is so ridiculous. The same thing with Donald Trump coming. Oh, we're the best country in the world. We invented this. We invented that. We invented this. He didn't list the name of the main people that invented these things, because people of his race are always good in stealing things from other people. Other people will have ideas, then people from his own race comes in and steals everything. That's why people like Donald Trump can be a president in a country. That's why people like Meghan Kelly that have no sense can come out and think that they have sense. Why is it that just one time a Spanish speaking person cannot come out and let the rest Spanish speaking people that are in America, that are also Americans, let them also feel and enjoy and, feel like they're among? This looks like a unity thing that Bad Bunny, or what's his name, was trying to do. Why do this set of people have issues? It is always these people that are creating problems. Like, whenever you just look at the history of this world and why this world have issues, you will just notice that it comes from one race all the time. If you will call a spade, this is it. Like, their mind is always twisted. They so selfish and self-centered, a lot of them. No, Spanish people they're not supposed to have one nice time. All these years you've been having Super Bowl and having people, English speaking people. The Spanish people, they've not complained. The Spanish speaking Americans, they've not complained. Y'all left from wherever you were, went and stole the land from Red Indians. Now even the Red Indians, you've chased them into where I don't know. You people won't even acknowledge them and let them. Oh, no. You are the one screaming. So if idiot like you is screaming and talking about the fact that, oh, it was supposed to be an English-speaking person, what will the Indians that were there before the rest of you problem people arrive there to create problem and force other people that didn't want to be there so you can waka Meghan Kelly? You and Donald Trump and all the supporters of nonsense, thunder fire all of them. Enough of all this rubbish. People cannot have peace. You're talking about, we don't want to hear about Black National Anthem. What do we want to hear about? What do we want to hear about? You screaming with that, your giant mouth with no lips? That's what we want to see and hear about. You think you have a face and you have the looks for being on TV in people's faces, spewing hate. Every minute, the word that comes out of Donald Trump and this Meghan Kelly and some number of these headless chickens that I call a very annoying set of people. Nobody needed to create any drama out of this Super Bowl performance. It was nice. It was amazing. It was fantastic. If you know anything about music, you will know that music is one thing that breaks everything. Like, it just goes. So it's not about you knowing the language. When Donald was coming up for presidency and all of that, did he not use Spanish people? Did he not use Spanish people? Did he not play Spanish music? Did he only play English music, only English songs during his rally and all of that? But this is the double standard we're talking about that you people are good at. It is a shame that the president and his supporters, his headless chickens, will come out and make a huge deal out of this because the guy said no ice, no this. Freedom of speech, man, is democracy. People would speak up. Why are you trying to silence him? Oh, because he doesn't like ice.